Good morning, my little Who's. Welcome to Whoville. Time for another edition of Exactly How Do I Do This? Today we are doing the Trapped Ornament. It is an in the hoop ornament that we are going to cover with clear vinyl and then fill with craft herpes. So before you even start, you will need two pieces of marine vinyl. Approximately 4.5 by 4.5. I do mine 5 by 6 just because, you know, I do. You'll need a piece of clear vinyl, and you want this at least 16 gauge, 18 or 20. If you do 12 gauge, 10 gauge, it's going to perf and pull up. You will need your craft herpes and whatever mechanism you use to convey your craft herpes from their secure location to all over the room. And I'm going to show you 2 or 3 different ways to do this. None of them are fantabulous, but it's craft herpes. What did you expect? You will also need a piece of, I'm using medium weight tearaway because this is not a stitch dense pattern. So a piece of medium weight tearaway hooped in your 4x4 hoop. And then if you want to finish it with an eyelet, you will need your eyelet kit. You'll need a backer for your leather punch to put a hole in your ornament and a blunt instrument for pounding. I recommend you have a blunt instrument for pounding laying around just because. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to hoop your medium weight tearaway. You're going to throw it in the machine and you are going to run your die line. On almost all of my in the hoop patterns, my die line tells you the color of the vinyl you want to use. We're going to, as our demo, do the naughty ornament. So I have run the die line, and all I'm going to do now is float my vinyl. Some of you are uber paranoid, and if you are uber paranoid, you can use a little bit of 505 or other basting aerosol spray. If you do not like to get a good high going on while you're doing your in the hoop projects, you can also use a little bit of painter's tape at the top and the bottom to hold it in place. Either one is fine. You can also be a lazy bum and just throw it in there and float it with absolutely no grab at all. So I'm going to put that back into my machine and I'm going to run color stop 2 and back in a minute. Okay, welcome back. We have just run our primary design, color stop 2. It's time to add our clear vinyl and do a partial outline of the ornament so that we can insert our craft herpes or glitter or goo gauze. The one thing that you really want to make note of is now is the time to trim your jumps. Why? Because as soon as we put this clear piece of vinyl over our design, we are not going to be able to get in here and trim our jumps. It's going to be trapped. You'll note I use curved scissors and tweezers to clip my jumps. And this is really the easiest part. You're like, but there's no die line. Where do I put my clear vinyl? You just lay it right on top. Okay, if you've cut your vinyl to approximately the same size as your ornament, you don't have to tape it down. You don't have to do anything. You just lay it on top, just like that. Back in a minute. Okay, boys and girls, you'll notice that I have got pretty much 4/5 of my circle for my trapped fob sewn out. Then it is now time to add my craft herpes. Now, I saw a video on YouTube where the woman just tapped in her craft herpes, laid her clear vinyl down, and then finished the design. You can go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and give it a try. I have never done it personally because I'm a klutz. Okay, and me carrying this vial over to the machine will guarantee that I will dump the whole thing down into the gears and the mechanism. I am just that good. Other things that you can do, a lot of these little glitter kits come with a spatula, and you can carefully tap it on the spatula and then open it up and shove it where it belongs. That requires a steady hand, and since I drink about a pot of coffee a day, that's not happening. Another one is on Amazon. I found these cute little funnels, tiny little funnels that you can use to fill up perfume bottles. And I thought it was a great idea. The only problem is that I have found the stem is a little short. So getting it wedged in there, not so great. So what I do is I've got one of those plastic, I think it's BP free coffee mugs or cold coffee mugs that has a hard plastic straw. Okay, and I take and I put my hard plastic straw between the clear vinyl and the marine vinyl to shove it in. All right, I'm gonna have to move this down. Then, I use my little funnel, yay. Then I open up my craft herpes and I tap some in. Now here's the deal on your glitter and craft herpes. However much you think you need, you probably need half of that much. Okay, and it looks like I'm tapping a bunch in, but my dispenser bottle has tiny little holes to keep me from making a god-awful mess. I tried taking the little cap off of it, and I wound up with an entire bottle all over me, my table, the floor, the cat, later on the shower, and when Scott was eating dinner, I think he found some glitter in his tacos. So, we do this the long, slow way. And I don't know, can you see? Yeah, as I'm tapping that in, it's winding up down there. Okay. More craft herpes for everyone. Whoa! And yep, just par for the course. I've now dumped craft herpes all over my table because my funnel came out, and I am so graceful. Hold on just a second, guys. I gotta clean up on aisle 2. Wet spill, and well, actually dry spill, but it acts like water, so. Wow. It's like half a tube of glitter. Okay. So, let's finish tapping in. Okay, on the glitter, guys, you do not want to use the ultra fine or the fine, the little powdery, because it will want to stick to both your clear vinyl and your marine vinyl like nobody's business. So I've got it all tapped down in there. Looky, all pretty. Okay. Yeah, you can use whatever you want. You can use bigger glitter. You can use shaped glitter. I've seen beads that look really cool because it's a Christmas ornament and it's the Christmas time of year. You can probably find some little snowflake ones, whatever you want to do. But once you get it in there, tap it down out of the way. We're going to put it back in the machine. It's going to close it off. And we are actually going to finish all of our stitches. So white was the naughty. It says pale yellow for this, but I went ahead and used white. It says pale pink to close it. I'm going to go ahead and use white. And then I'm going to stitch, after that pale pink, after this closes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to trim my clear vinyl. Back in a minute. Okay, we have closed up our glitter, and now what I'm going to do is I am going to applique cut most of my clear vinyl away. You do not have to do this. You can leave trimming the clear vinyl for when you do the final cut on your ornament. I just prefer that to give it more of a glassed-in look. And because, you know, I've had tons and tons and tons of practice appliquing cut, and I know a lot of you hate this part, I prefer to trim it down. But again, it's entirely up to you guys, okay? And you just carefully, all the way around, about 1/8 of an inch out. You don't want to get right on that bean line. And boom. Now, this is a little bit different usually with a fob. All you got left is the hanger and the hanger or the tab and the final outline stitch. This one's got a little bit more decorative because it's got to do the ornament cap. So we are going to put it back in the machine. We're going to do a dark whisper gray. Then when that dark whisper gray is done, we'll attach the back. Back in a second. Okay, we have gotten our little ornament cap sewed on. It is time to attach our back. So we're gonna flip this bad boy over. We're gonna take our marine vinyl. We're gonna line it up to make sure that we are covering the entire outline of the ornament. And then we're just gonna use a couple little pieces of tape. Just like this. And we're gonna secure the back to the back. Ha ha ha. All right, and now we're going to run color step 6. 6 is in white, and it's gonna do kind of a snowflake outline on this part of your ornament. And then it's going to do the dark whisper gray, the same gray as the ornament cap. It's gonna give you an outline of the ornament cap and your hanger. Back in just a minute. Well, looky there. We've got our ornament. So before I begin cutting it out, I always like to trim whatever hanger-ons I've got, whatever little jumps or hairs while it's still in the hoop, because that gives you just enough tension to be able to pull on the threads and get a good grip on them. And you'll notice that I did not hold my stop and start threads on this one, and that's why I've got this ugly little knot here. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to unhoop my ornament, and I'm going to take and get rid of some of this tearaway so that it is not impeding my cutting. I'm going to take my duck bills because they are my favorite scissors to cut with, and I'm going to come right into here, and I'm going to get my start, okay? And now the trick to nice cuts is you turn your project, not your scissors. You want to be about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch away from your final stitch, whatever that is. If that's a bean stitch, if that's a satin. When you get some of these tight little corners, you can clip your noses together, but I prefer not to do that because it makes a jaggedy. Okay, and now the big giant round. And again, you want to keep turning your project, not your scissors. Go slow, make a nice arc. Make sure you're far enough away from your stitches that you're not accidentally snipping your stitches, because it would be horrible to get this far on a project and have to start all over again. Okay, I'm going to get right in there. Snip. And I'm going to have to come back and trim that a little bit. There we go. All right, we are all trimmed out. Tap my glitter down, give you a good view. Now, oops, I don't like how far out that pokey outy bit was. There we go. Much better. Okay, now it's time to do the ornament hanger, and I am going to use an eyelet kit. So the first thing I need is a piece of wood backer so that I do not puncture my self-healing mat, because my self-healing mat will heal from a roto cutter. It will not heal from a leather punch. Then I line up my single stitch die line in the ornament with the leather punch. Give it a couple of good taps. You want to perf all the way through. Pull it out. Wahoo, look at that. I did good. Dead center and everything. And then I'm going to use a colored eyelet. Woohoo! All right, I'm going to put it right in. Then I take my washer and I take my eyelet tool, which is in 2 parts. Flip this bad boy over. I make sure that it's all nice and down. Yay. And then the convex, curved out side up, concave side down. Line up my little tool, and this you do not have to beat nearly as hard. There you go. And there she blows. And now, what did I do with my box O ribbon? I am willing to bet that I am using, no, I need some purdy ribbon. So I think I am going to use red. And I'm gonna cut approximately 9 to 10 inches. So there we go. And I'm gonna fish it through. Voila. Voila. Even it up. Do a cute little overhand knot. Tighten it towards my tail so I give myself lots of hanger room. Take my scissors and cut it on a 45 so it looks nice and finished. You can finish your ribbon by burning it a little bit. Fire and I have a sordid history, so I won't be doing that because I don't want to catch the testing room on fire. But there you go. Naughty ornament, trapped fob with glitter. Hope you enjoyed your tutorial. Visit us at stringtheoryfabricart.com. And if you're on Facebook, look for our fan group. We're a rowdy bunch, but we give a lot of good tips. Talk to you later. Bye.